Let me go to Twitter and say that we're on.
Again. Shit, what's my login?
Bless you.
Thanks.
By the way, we're live. Not muted. We're not on camera, but we're live.
Okay.
We are recording. All right.
Cool.
Florida man. All right. You guys can see this Twitch stream all right? I've got the chat up. We're good there. Hello, all.
How's it going?
All right. And yeah, we'll wait for some viewers. I don't know if we have any viewers on. We have 0 viewers right now. I guess we should send a message out to our family.
Yeah. Are they notified usually? Your like non-family viewers?
Anyone who subscribes gets an automatic alert, or follows us gets an automatic alert. But anyone who doesn't, we're live on stream on Twitch, chat, TV, Twitch.
Where does it have like the? Never mind.
What's that? Okay, let's transition in. Here we are. Look at us. We're doing it.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, look at us.
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm doing good.
How is
Just living the dream.
How is everyone?
Doing pretty good, actually.
Yeah. I apologize. Oh, we got 7 viewers now. Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Welcome viewers. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for joining us. I gotta apologize for everyone. Our typical recording for the Florida Man, or the typical go live stream, is going to be every Tuesday at either 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern. Preferably, what do you guys want? 9 or 8? Because I'm 3 hours behind you right now.
For some reason, I don't know. 8 feels kind of early right now for me because it's still bright outside. But I guess 8 works for me.
8 or 9.
Yeah, 8 or 9 is
8 or 9.
Fun.
8 or 9 works.
The point is, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna eventually get.
We should ask the fans, right?
We should ask the fans. Yeah. Hey, anyone who is in the chat right now, when would you want us to go live? Would you want it to be at 9 Eastern, or would you want it to be at 8 Eastern? Also, for those who are new to the Twitch streams, you can give us chats, you can give us emotes, you can do other Twitch things if you hit that little diamond button. That helps support the podcast. And then also, if you have a Amazon Twitch account or an Amazon Prime account, you can attach your Amazon Prime account to Twitch, and then you get free subscriptions to all your favorite channels. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. And if you subscribe or follow us, you'll never miss an airing of all the stuff that we do here at Chat On Entertainment, including the Untitled Florida Man Project, which is what you're viewing right now. Yeah, so that's that. Get on Twitch. Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, again, thank you so much for joining. Hopefully our Twitch alerts are going to work. People can get any of our Twitch alerts going.
Hey, Ryan, I think me and Benny are frozen on the Twitch stream.
Are you?
Our video, yeah.
You're frozen?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, yeah. We have some people in chat saying that as well.
All right, hold on. Let me switch to this channel. Okay.
9 p.m. Eastern time in Florida.
9 p.m. Eastern.
What's going on, viewers? How's it going?
Yeah.
Ask some questions in the chat. We'll give you some feedback.
Myron Kamalani's
Mr. C and Benny.
Yeah. Back for another show.
Myron, wow. Hey, Myron, how's it going? Hope everything's good.
KM Han, I love these triangles you're putting in the chat here.
Wow, very cool
Not-
triangles. Very
Not sure
cool.
what those are, but
Those are bits. And if you donate a bit, it should give us an alert, like those alerts that I created earlier today.
Cool.
Oh, I see.
Those should be going off, and I don't know why they are not going off. Let me check and see what the situation is.
Myron Kamalani gave us a chance. We're working on it.
So this might be due to the fact that I'm running a 2012 MacBook, and I don't know what the requirements are, but I mean, I've got like 16 gigs of RAM and all of that stuff. You would think that it would still be working, right?
Should be, right?
Yeah. In theory, this should be working. But now you're frozen. You guys weren't frozen before, and now you're frozen. Which is
Mystery.
Which is a mystery. Which is what I don't understand. All right, let's see if we can get this back on. All right. Let's transition back.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again? That's from Arganser 1178.
I have. So we tried doing this live yesterday, and for some reason it wasn't working. And then, okay, are you guys still frozen? So we went back live with your cameras, and I think you're still frozen.
Looks like it.
Looks like it.
What is this? I don't understand. This makes no sense to me.
Does life make sense?
It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm allowing.
I'm curious, Karen Wu. Where do you reside? It's 10 a.m. where you are.
Yeah, I want to know where she resides.
She opened up with Merci Bien, so she in France.
The cold doesn't bother me anyway.
International fans.
It's true. We do have a lot of international fans because of the name of the site, which is. Yep, still frozen. Still frozen. All right, let me transition back to our home screen. People, you can still interact with the chat while I try and figure this out.
What else doesn't make sense in Florida?
It's a good question, Myron Kamalani.
What doesn't make sense in Florida? You know what? Maybe like
Oh, you might want to
Arctic dogs.
might want to turn down your.
Yeah, why do people have huskies in Florida? That's a good question.
So I'm getting feedback. Whoever's computer is up. There you go. Okay.
Aussie. Karen Wu's from Australia.
Australia.
That's awesome.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
How's Benny's accent, Karen Wu? Can you give him a rating of 1 to 10?
Well, just got a Perth, you know.
Perth.
I love Perth. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite. I'll tell
Be
you.
honest with him, Karen.
Yeah,
Be
give
honest with him, please.
him a rating on that.
Melbourne. Melbourne.
I feel like everyone thinks they can do an Australian accent. Like of all the accents, everyone thinks they can do an Australian accent.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I guess so. They try it. I think Australian accents are probably the coolest.
Benny's got a pretty mean Irish accent.
Oh, my Irish accent's very good. Very good.
There it is.
How'd you get that good Irish accent?
Just watched a lot of Irish videos, I think, and just kept practicing, and
You have some roots back in Ireland, right?
oh yeah, a lot of the roots out in County Kerry, Ireland.
Where's that
Wow,
at?
not bad, thanks.
Where's Canty Ireland?
County Kerry?
Yeah, County Kerry.
Oh, just south of Dublin. It's right south of it.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah. Charge for the last verse. Alright, thanks. Thanks, bro. Thanks. You know one thing that Australians say that I really like a lot
What's that?
is bruv. Like you know how
Bruv.
we say like bro.
I
They
think
say
that's
It's
like
like hey bro.
English. I think
Hey
that's
bro.
like British, dude.
Bruh?
It's Australian.
Bruv
Bruh?
is like British.
No, bruv.
Bruv.
Oh, bruv.
Come on, bruv.
Yeah,
Oh,
come on,
bruv.
bruv.
Like
Bruv is Australian. Bruv is British.
No, bruv. Hey bruv.
Hey, bruv.
Right?
Hey, bruv.
Karen, can you back me up? Don't they say like instead of like saying bro, they go, man, this chick's crazy, bruv.
Top
Top
of
of
the
the
morning to
morning.
you.
Top of the morning to you, Karen. Thank you so much for joining tonight. We're gonna have a good time once we're all live, I promise you.
Well, here's the thing. So it was working in pre, and then we went live, and then all of a sudden it froze, which makes no sense to me.
Well, you know what? Bruv.
What's up, bro?
Bruv.
Hey,
Log on, bruv. Log on.
Life's crazy, bruv.
Let's do this.
Bruv is
Let's-
more New Zealand.
Yeah.
Have you seen Below Deck, Karen?
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna stop. Let's do a brand new Skype.
Kiwi.
Let's do a brand new
Kiwis.
Skype, and we'll keep the stream going. I'll be here,
So we'll do a new Skype.
and we'll do a new Skype. I
Okay.
will text you guys the link. We're still gonna stay live, so stay with us. This is fun. This is enjoyable. All right. Everyone can still see me, which is fine. Let's quit that. Hello. Hello, everyone. All right. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much, everyone, for sticking with us. I know technology is great, right? I spent all day, literally, you can ask KM Han in the chat. I spent all day. By the way, KM Han, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. But I spent all day building these scenes on OBS, which is what we use to stream. And I tested it with her, and it was working great. And then we went live with the boys, with Benny and with Mr. C, and then all of a sudden it goes down. And I don't know what's going on. Live demos. I know, Arganzer. It's crazy, right? Like you can prep, but until you go live, how do you know what's going to work? We have a packed show for you too, which is kind of fun. Like we have good content. I'm really excited about it, but I don't know. Yeah, the sound is not going to be synchronized with the video. That's another thing that I got to figure out. I think it all has to do with the fact that I'm using a 2012 MacBook Pro to do this. Gene bought like a brand new Costco PC, and it's working fine. So I think it has to do with the fact that to do live stream video and all of that, I think I'm just going to need to get a new computer, which kind of stinks. All right, let's do a new meet now on Skype. Let's see if we can get the boys back. Copy. I'll send it to them. Okay. New Skype. And we'll see where this goes. I know. Live TV, right? Oh, thank you, KM Han. Love that. Appreciate that. Let's see if the boys can get in. All right. Hey, Boomer. Macalicious, thank you. I swear, Twitch really truly is that new technology that seemed like I'm still getting caught up on. Kelly can attest to this. I sit in our bed watching tutorial videos on how to stream on Twitch and features on Twitch for hours. Karen Wu, for Friday, Gene uses his computer. For Florida Man and for everything else, we use my computer. So I think it's the fact that just my computer is old and it's taking up too much bandwidth, too much resource. We previously used Zoom, and Zoom was good. The problem with Zoom is you can't orient the screen in the way that you do here with Skype. So I can have multiple cameras. Like for instance, I can go to my camera, and then I could go to like, for instance, I could go to Benny, or I could go to Mr. C, or I could come back to our default, which has our stories of the week. But for some reason, you can't do that with Zoom. With Skype, you can do that with OBS. So that's why we went there. Anyway, that's why we went. Costco is the best. Yes, Costco is the best. Apparently, I learned that Kirkland brands are like have almost a higher quality than the best available brand name out there. So if you have a Costco in your area, highly suggest you get that. All right, so I just sent the boys the link, and let's see how this works. Let's see if they can. All right, there we go. Meet now. We appreciate you sticking with us, guys, as we do this. Guys, girls. Listen, camera work is great. I was so excited about this. I put this all together. Manny Lozada, yes, Kirkland wine usually gets high ratings. Yes, their whiskey is pretty good from what I understand as well. I need to get over, like, I've had Kirkland vodka. Kelly keeps a steady supply of Kirkland vodka in the house, but I've never tried any of their whiskey. So we'll see. Let me pop in the Skype information in Trello. VO1 Tequila. All right. What's good in is that the Kirkland brand VO1 Tequila Rise and Conquer? Maclicious. Maclicious says they visited the parents in Jacksonville and all we did is cruise and drink the beach. Yeah, it's pretty much what there is to do in Florida. I mean, you did Florida right. If you can stay anywhere near the beaches and drink and ride beach cruisers, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. Oh, VO1. All right. Kirkland is Costco brand alcohol. Yeah, Kirkland is like their brand. And the way that I understand it is that in order to qualify for Kirkland brand, it has to be as good or not better than the generics. That's the way that I understand it. Kelly lives and dies by the Kirkland brand. Yeah, what are your favorite mixers with tequila, everyone? KM Han wants to know. What should we do? Because we have 6 more days left on this whole 30. And we hear that tequila has the lowest glycemic index. We hear that tequila has the lowest glycemic and it should taste really good. Like, we don't want to like mix tequila with high sugar.
Like, you don't want to like mix. Go to the Trello one. He just updated the Trello one. Go to the Trello one.
All right, I'm going to mute the boys because I can hear ourselves. They're coming back online. The problem with the margarita mix Rise and Conquer is it's full of sugar. And you definitely don't want a lot of sugar coming off a Whole30. So the whole point of Whole30 is like reduce your complex carbohydrates, like not eat bread, and then not eat a lot of sugar-rich foods. All right. Now, if this doesn't work, then we'll just transition back to Zoom. And figure it out.
Yes.
All right, Mr. C's here. That's good. All right. All right, Mr. C's here. That's good. All right. Now, I can hear myself. Is that coming from you, Mr. C?
Yeah, that was me. That was me. I'd had you the volume on my other computer on, so right. It's on mute now.
Okay, so let's see if I move you. Thanks for sticking with us, Mr. C. If you want to check out the chat.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Thinking raspberry, lime, spindrift, and tequila. I'm actually drinking a kind of like a homemade cocktail right now from what we had left in our fridge, which is just like gin, tonic, and blackberries, which is actually really good, and brown sugar.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's all we had left. It's just kind of like the scrapyard of drinks, you know? It's really good.
Sometimes that's the best, though, right? Don't you think?
Oh, yeah, dude. Some of the best stuff I make, like food-wise, drink-wise, anything, is like when I'm in constraints, you know? I only have a certain amount of ingredients, and it's like I have to be creative with what I have, so, yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're just waiting for Benny.
Benny, he just called me and said that the link keeps sending him back to the old chat, but the link you posted in Trello worked for me, so.
Right.
I still don't see myself on the Twitch stream, though. Raj, I'm not sure if.
No, I haven't switched over yet. I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, KM Han, that's my drink. That's my go-to. Actually, outside of my favorite drink is actually a Negroni, and then gin and tonic is the second. What's everyone's favorite drink in the chat? Actually, that's a good question. Everyone list your favorite drink. I'd like to know. Oh, just tequila, Karen Wu.
Wow.
You like to drink that tequila with anything, Karen, or straight? That's a tough drink to drink straight, right?
Just straight tequila?
Yeah, that's tough.
That's a good shot. If you have some good tequila.
Myron Kamlani with Skull vodka. Is that just Skull vodka, Myron? Or is that, do you mix that with anything?
Vodka tonic. Nice.
A Lafroig neat? Manny Lozada? What's a Lafroig?
Lafroig, I think that's Scotch, right? Lafroig?
Yeah, that's high-end stuff, man. Bro. I actually like Scotch a lot. My uncle had let me try Scotch a long time ago, and I hated it, and I tried it recently. It's actually really good.
Do you like it neat or on the rocks?
On the rocks. I don't like anything neat. I have to have ice.
Straight down the hatch. You know my favorite?
Partier. Myron Kamlani's a partier.
My favorite is a nice espresso martini. Oh.
Yeah, you do like that.
I'm a big espresso martini.
But Benny,
guy.
Someone puts an espresso martini in front of you, and then someone also puts a vodka tonic in front of you. You take the espresso martini.
Yes.
But if you're trying to get really drunk, you're going vodka
espresso
tonic?
Martini.
Oh, still espresso martini.
Let me explain my method, my logic, my rationale going into this espresso martini as quote me as probably the best pregame drink you can ever think of.
An espresso martini is the best.
Yes, pregame drink. Why? Really? A real espresso martini has espresso in it. It gets you hype, right?
Okay.
It gets you excited for the night.
Right.
And then you get some vodka in it too. So those two go well together. Now, the only thing is that it might not sit too well in your stomach. But you know, it tastes so good. It tastes so good.
Now, is the reason that it won't sit well in your stomach is because you're using milk, right? Like an espresso martini has milk in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have it with milk. You could have it with like it's more of like a Bailey's, like kind of like a Godiva type. So it's not milk.
Can I say something about the espresso martini that hold on. Please hold. I'm getting a call. Might be important.
Go ahead, B.
Yeah, so espresso martinis are very good. If you go drinking around the world at Epcot, if you stop in Italy, they
Not
make
important at all.
They make
All right, can I ask you guys a question?
Hold on.
Do you guys ever? Oh, go ahead.
Benny's finishing his around the world Epcot.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you want the best espresso martini in Florida, it is inside Italy, inside Epcot, and you got to go all the way around the world just to get this espresso martini to Italy. Wow. Italy's kind of like in the middle, so it's good breakup. I actually did drinking around the world, I think 3 or 4 times now.
You've done that a lot.
Everyone wants to do it, and I'm not going to say no.
Are you talking about going around the world?
Yeah, I've done the Epcot drinking around the world 4 times.
Yeah, it's a thing for sure. All right, what do you got, Mr. C?
Well, I have 2 things. Have you guys ever gotten your call, like a spam call on your phone, and the person that responds is like, "Congratulations, you just won a free so-and-so on Royal Caribbean Cruises." Have you gotten that call before?
Yeah, Hilton does it too.
Yeah.
Like the Hilton rewards.
Oh.
Yeah, it's annoying.
There's
frustrating.
There's an app called like RoboKiller that will allow it will identify spam calls, and then it will have preset messages. So like the robocall will answer the call and get them to like have the conversation with you, but it's talking to the robot, and then it records that person and it sends it to like, so you hear the person having this conversation with this robot for like 45 seconds.
Oh, that's entertaining.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
Okay.
Hey, looks like our screens are moving.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we're moving.
You're moving a little bit, so I had to put it down on the lowest latency. Because I think it's a combination of my 2012 MacBook Pro and the fact that Cox Cable, which is the cable provider out here in Chandler, which is where Kelly is absolutely horrendous. Like the download and the upload speeds are just horrible.
What the?
Yeah.
Raj.
Listen. If it were up to I may have to every Tuesday go back up to Scottsdale where you can get CenturyLink fiber, where I get 300 down and 300 up.
That's amazing.
Minimum. But
that's great.
But I mean, listen, this is working for now. Let's see if BennyCam works. BennyCam, let's see if it works. I transitioned to the BennyCam. BennyCam, can you give us a little wave?
Wow, nice wave.
Nice. All right, and then let's
We're
go
working on that wave.
Let's go to Mr. C. Mr. C Cam. There we go. Hello. Perfect.
Nice.
Wow.
I see myself.
Yeah.
Great.
Look at that. All right, look at that.
Good old Lake Eola.
We're back. We did it.
O-Town, baby.
We did it,
here.
everyone. We're going to do this. So, okay, let's try. Yes, RoboKiller. That's what it is, Karen Woe. RoboKiller. Go and look for that on the App Store.
Okay, yeah.
That's a Westworld joke. We have some Westworld listeners.
Also, real quick, I want to say something about the espresso martini, Raj.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah. Let's finish up this drinking conversation.
The coolest thing about the espresso martini, in my opinion, Ben, is that it gives you energy, right? Isn't that your favorite thing about it?
I said that.
I must have missed that.
Oh,
I was talking to Royal Caribbean. Yeah.
See, there's a
Very
method to the madness. And it's also nice because you're sampling a drink. But yeah, let's start. Let's get this thing going.
All right, let's get this thing going.
Do this.
All right, so thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you're not subscribed or you're not following us yet, hit that subscribe, hit that follow button. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link that to your Twitch Prime and get free subscriptions to all your favorite Twitch channels. Never miss an episode here at Chat the movies. We also do podcasts every week. You can subscribe. Go to our website, shatthemovies.com or shatontv.com, where we review television series such as Westworld, Taboo, American Gods, Game of Thrones, True Detective, and Watchmen. Also, in the chat functionality, you can send us emotes. If you hit that diamond button, you can help support the Twitch channel, which we highly suggest doing. Also, we have custom alerts that every time you hit that diamond channel, or that diamond button you'll see some fun emotes. We'll see if they work. We'll see how that goes. This channel, or this, what we're doing here now, is called the Untitled Florida Man Project. We are the show that brings you the top stories about America's favorite citizen, the Florida Man. Each week, we dive deep into our favorite headlines made possible by the Sunshine Act of 1976. But in order to navigate the man to the Florida Man, you'll need guides familiar with the swamps, rivers, beaches, theme parks, and homogenous strip malls that litter the landscape of the Sunshine State. To know the Florida Man, you have to be a Florida Man, which is why I am here. My name is Roger Roper. I'm originally from Daytona Beach, Florida. Alongside me are my two co-hosts who are also native Floridians. The first is Benny Buffett. Benny?
Hey, I just want a beer.
And, of course, Mr. C.
What's up, guys? Duval. And if for the people in the chat that don't know what Duval is, please look it up.
Why don't you explain them? Listen, we got time. We have time to kill. What is Duval?
So Duval is a county in Jacksonville, but the way I'm using it is Jacksonville Jaguars fan. So I've been a lifelong Jags fan since '95. So that's just kind of like, I feel like what else describes me than my fandom for my team that hasn't won anything in 25 years.
That's right.
Fair.
That's very fair. That's very fair. Well, I mean, listen, one of the cool things, so how the show is going to operate, we're going to the three of us have taken our best headline from the week. We're going to introduce that headline to the rest of us, and then we're going to comment on it. If you want to follow us along in the chat box, leave your chat. We also are going to introduce something new, which is what we call the Wheel of Florida, which is what we have random topics that gets into our freeform section of the show. But also there's a Q&A where we're just going to interact directly with you. But also, as we go throughout the show, we're going to be looking and monitoring that chat. So keep your chats coming. Keep your support coming. Thank you so much. Oh, quick question from Bihu5373. How much did it suck to get Jay Gruden as offensive coordinator? Wait a minute. Is Jay Gruden the offensive coordinator for the Jags now, Benny, Mr. C?
Yeah, he is. I don't think it sucks that bad, but we have such a low bar. So it's like we've had offensive coordinators before Jay Gruden that have just been nobodies, and our offense has been terrible. I mean, for like the past 15 years. So not that bad. I'm excited for it. I'm hoping. When he was in Cincinnati, he was pretty good. I know in Washington he had a pretty bad run there.
You know where Jay Gruden was the best was when he was with the Orlando Predators.
Arena football.
The Arena Football League.
He peaked in arena.
He peaked in arena. He was the thing I loved about like arena football was you could be the coach, you could be the quarterback, and on the sidelines you could smoke cigarettes and drink beer with the fans.
Oh,
hey,
best.
How bad do you feel for what was the league that just started, but they're not going to survive this Corona thing?
No, they're done. I think they.
This is their second time. It was the XFL.
XFL, they were actually doing pretty good. Like people were interested in the XFL for the month that they were on, and then the COVID-19 hit, and it was like they're done. They're not going to, they're not ever going to financially recover from this. So it sucks, man. I feel bad for them.
People were excited about that because
they really were.
Like there was stuff to do. They did it right this time where they went into like markets and they were playing in smaller stadiums and just everyone. It was just a party. It was like arena football outside. But yeah, XFL, RIP. Yeah, for the second time around. You know what? In 10 years they'll try it again. That's what they did this time. So anyway, all right, let's get to the stories. Yes, we had a team named the Predators, the Orlando Predators. It was great. It was fantastic. The Sunshine Actors as a pod name is pretty good. I like that.
I like that.
That's pretty good. Thanks, Karen Wu. All right. So, Benny, what do you got for
Yes.
us? What is your favorite Florida man story of the week?
So leading off to I think a fire start, really depicting Florida. The headline is, "It looked like a tropical paradise. Florida man arrested for quarantining on a private Disney island." And I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
do us a quick read here.
Yeah.
A man decided to self-isolate on a private Disney island in Florida, was arrested for trespassing on Thursday. The Orange County Sheriff's Office said in an arrest record obtained by Time that Richard McGuire told authorities he arrived on Disney's Discovery Island to go camping on Monday or Tuesday and had planned on staying on the island for approximately 1 week. McGuire, 42, said he was unaware that the island was a restricted area despite the presence of several no trespassing signs and that it looked like a tropical paradise, the sheriff's office said. So an officer from the sheriff's department arrived to find McGuire on a small boat being helped back to shore by staff from Walt Disney World. He said in an arrest affidavit that he told McGuire that numerous deputies had been searching the island for him on foot, boat, and by air.
Yeah.
And that McGuire replied saying he did not see or hear them due to being asleep in one of the buildings on the island. In the last paragraph here. Early on Thursday, Orange County deputies made announcements on a public address system telling McGuire that he was not allowed to be on the property and needed to exit the island.
Wow. So
That's crazy.
So for those who aren't aware, the island that he's on, Benny, used to be a theme park that you could go to at Walt Disney World, right?
Yeah. So the theme park, Disney's private Discovery Island, was previously called Treasure Island and used to be known for hosting animal and fauna attractions, including a wide species of exotic birds.
Yeah.
So, but the zoological park closed to the public in 1999, and that was it.
Yeah, Karen Wu makes a good point here. Like, if you're gonna self-isolating on a Disney island is pretty good, but when Disney first started, it was called Treasure Island, and then it transitioned to Discovery Island, I think. Did you ever make it to Discovery Island, like as a kid?
Was it a water park or no?
That was River Country, which is near Discovery Island.
Because I've been to most of the water parks.
I don't think I've been.
I don't think I would go there. Like, it doesn't sound like a place I'd rather go to like Walt Disney World or Universal Islands of Adventure. Like, going to like a weird island doesn't really. I mean, I got the beaches all around me.
What is it? It's an island. It's a artificial beach.
It's like, no, it really is an island, and it was originally supposed to be like the Robinson Crusoe Island, I think, where they went. If you watch the movie Robinson Crusoe, but then they turned it into the zoological park, like called Discovery Cove, where they had different birds and different animals that were native to Florida. But when they built and opened Animal Kingdom, that closed Discovery Island. And also they realized that, like Benny said, no one would want to go to Disney World and actually go to like Discovery Island. Like, it's kind of lame. But tickets in 1999 were only $10 to go to Discovery Island. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, no place in Disney can you get for $10. Like, you can't get a soda for $10. But I kind of like, I mean, first of all, to get to Discovery Island, like, it's not easy to get to. So this guy had to know that where he wasn't a place that he's supposed to be.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's probably was tipped off. I don't know. He looks like a.
So did he take a boat there? I'm confused. I just really quick. I just want to see if you guys can like uncloud my opinion on this. Like, how did he get there on a boat? Is that what you were saying? He was captured on a boat?
No, so he got there. He took like an employee boat or whatever.
So he found the boat, and then so he stole a Disney boat and then got on the island.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of like a dinghy. Like, he stole a dinghy and then he took himself to the island.
And there's still buildings there on the island. They're just unused. And so I think he was staying in one of those, right?
Yep.
But he kept. But the thing I love about this, and here's the thing we love about the Florida man, is that they are extremely adventurous, and they will pretty much do anything to avoid authorities. Like going to Walt Disney World is and getting into areas you're not supposed to be is really hard because there's cameras, there's a lot of employees. But I guess now's during coronavirus where it's closed. Maybe this is the time to go and urban explore on Disney World.
Yeah, KM Han. Yeah, Pleasure Island was actually downtown Disney.
Yeah,
it was its own section, and they had like a lot of They had a lot of clubs, I think.
Yeah, Pleasure Island is now like Disney Springs, but Pleasure Island was the place that you would go like to have nightlife, and it used to be the nightlife in Orlando, and then downtown Orlando kind of gentrified, and people stopped going to Pleasure Island, so then Pleasure Island failed, and then they brought Disney Springs in. So yeah, Pleasure Island different than Discovery Island, but yeah, points for effort, Karen Wu. I agree. Points for effort for this guy. Go in there. All right, so that's a good story, Benny. I appreciate that. Mr. C, what's your story of the week?
Let's see what you got.
Yeah, mine's a little long, so forgive me for having to read through this one, but it's action-packed. So, all right, let me start here. A Florida man said he fired his AR-15 multiple times because a group of juveniles on dirt bikes were tormenting the neighborhood. And he just wanted to make awareness, in quotes, make awareness, according to the Marion County Sheriff's Office. Deputies said that they were called to the area of Southeast 174th Place in Ocala Sunday to investigate reports of dirt bikers driving recklessly. As Deputy Anthony Esquivel was investigating, the juveniles told him that the 45-year-old Derek Roberts had fired an AR-15 toward them, records show. Robert claims two of the victims had threatened to shoot him and had their dog off the road a week prior, causing the canine to run into a fence and injure its neck. According to the report, deputies said Roberts admitted to firing 6 rounds from his Glock into his yard after the 10th expletive time they passed by, just to make awareness. He also said, next time, if y'all don't do anything about them, I'll be happy to go to jail. One victim said he was called to the area after the shooting and was talking to Robert's wife to try and figure out what happened. When Roberts came out of his house and said something explicit to him, he told him, wait right here. He went inside, grabbed his AR-15, and then shot the boy's vehicle. Roberts claimed he shot the AR-15 on the ground and only did it because the boys in the pickup truck were threatening him, the report said. Deputies said evidence from the scene proved that Roberts was not aiming on the ground when he shot his rifle. No one was injured. Roberts was arrested on 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all right. So juveniles are running up and down this guy's street. Property. Is it his property or is it a street? Like,
it's his property, it sounds like. It says here, the blah, 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 towards Canada's neck. Yeah, it was just they were just tormenting the neighborhood. I mean, what does that mean, though, you know? Like,
right.
He doesn't know that it may have not been his property. I think the crazy thing is here, for me, is just, like, the word AR-15. Like, he has an AR-15 in, like, the boondocks of Ocala. Like, that's crazy.
Listen, you can't miss with those things.
No.
That's right.
So, you know, just in case he has, like, someone in the woods, like, really far away, and he's like, oh, fuck, I think I saw their footprints.
Multiple bogeys, you have to have exactly. AR-15.
He would be a great person to drop with in Warzone.
100%.
So the great thing, for those who don't understand Florida, Marion County is north of Orlando. It's north, the villages are in Marion County, right? But it's like Marion County is mostly comprised of like Ocala and that north central Florida area. It's very rural up there.
Yes, very. It's like driving there. It's just like pastures and like cows,
It's country Florida.
Yeah, it's very country Florida.
So I don't fault the guy for owning an AR-15. Like I really,
culture.
Like if I lived in the rural, that'd be fine. But and then I feel bad because I think I'm kind of siding with this guy. Like if you have these kids that they're being jerks, right? Because there's nothing to do in Marion County. Also, it's during the pandemic. They're not social distancing. They're causing a ruckus. And didn't something happen with his dog like the week prior? Like they were doing this.
Yeah, it says here that they were doing some sort of like off-roading or something like that, and they ran the dog into a fence, which is like that's a call to arms. That's a call to arms.
I agree. So
I think my dog up.
I think I'm on this guy's side here.
Yeah, actually, when I read it the first time, it was like, this isn't the typical we can make fun of this Florida man story. It was more like this might only happen in a state like Florida, because the main thing I know about Florida, I knew ever since I was a kid, this like fascinated me, and I know other states are like this too, but Florida's one of these states that if somebody is on your property and you don't want them there,
Yeah.
shooting them is not. You can almost get away with it as like a self-defense.
It's called the stand your ground law.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, the stand your ground law.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thought that was interesting because as a kid, I was always really interested about that. Like, well, so if someone walks into my house and I don't want them there and I shoot them, does that mean I'm scot-free, or is there going to be like an investigation? I was always really confused about that. And this story really kind of caught my eye because it's like, did this guy really do anything wrong? I mean, not really. These kids are probably being assholes.
They were probably being jerks. I agree. Now, again, I think there's probably better ways to solve your issues. All right. So one of the first parties I ever went to out here in Arizona, because Arizona is the Florida of the West, right? And I went to a neighborhood pool party with some friends that I had just met. And there was a skirmish because there were a lot of cars parked on the street, and it's not like an HOA violation because it was during the day. Well, the neighbor that lived across the street from this friend's house that I was at got very upset that there were so many cars, or one of the cars was blocking his yard or whatever. Well, it went from like, hey, can you move your car, to dude pulls his gun out of the holster and starts like he's using proper trigger discipline, but it goes from like, hey, move your car, to pull my gun out of its holster. First of all, the fact that some dude is just wearing a holster like it's the Wild Wild West was an interesting introduction into Arizona. But the fact that like it's like that's how it is in Florida. Like everyone, and that's, I don't mind people owning guns. But when your gun becomes like your first instinct to like solve an argument, that's when that's when it's crazy. But you're right. I think these kids were probably just being dicks.
Yeah. And Benny, I wasn't there, but didn't you have like a similar story with one of our friends, and you were at a party once and the guy pulled out like a shotgun? Yeah. Were you there for that? I wasn't there, but tell that story. That's just as crazy as your story, Raj.
Yeah. So it was a house party, and I think it was like New Year's. And basically we were all having a good time, but the party was getting like really out of hand. Like everyone kept showing up, like people that like no one knew started showing up. So like it was basically like a balloon that was waiting to burst with all the people, and no one was like leaving. They were kind of like on the front lawn because it was like, all right, everyone out. So they go to the front lawn, and then no one's leaving or dispersing. And then all of a sudden you just hear like someone shot like a shotgun up in the air. And then everyone ran after that. And then the cop showed up and everything.
This is like downtown Orlando, like this isn't like rural. This is like in the midst of like, really close to like the college and people's apartments. Like this wasn't Palatka. This was, downtown Orlando. It's just so crazy,
Well, so
I was talking about that was in Palm Coast.
Oh, that was.
We're talking about. I'm talking about the different one.
I just love the fact that there's multiple parties,
multiple shotgun stories.
Right.
Yeah, there's
Me
a lot
Benny
of
have
shotgun
had multiple
stories.
I'm talking about the one in Orlando with our friends. Got put to his chest.
Oh my God! What is this?
That was in Palm Coast too.
Was that in Palm Coast?
Yeah, where he was at a house. He was at a house party. And I guess he took
That's crazy.
He took a Jello shot from the fridge, and he wasn't supposed to take a Jello shot. And the guy, the owner of the house, came out and said, "I told no one to take those. You and your friend gotta go." And they said, "We're not leaving." And the guy said, "Oh, you're not leaving?" Goes in his room, grabs his shotgun, and puts it to my friend's chest. And my friend takes the shotgun and just throws it aside and punches him in the face.
Wow, that's
it was pretty badass.
It's honestly the most badass story I've ever heard.
Do you think are you still friends with that guy? The guy who?
He's one of my
very close.
He's one of my greatest friends.
The balls on that you must have to take a shotgun and kind of swipe it away from you, and then also within the same motion punched the dude.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's crazy.
He's Russian, man.
Oh, I get it.
He's Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Was it the best? Katie asks, downtown Palm Coast? Is that where this is?
No.
Is there such thing as downtown Palm Coast? There's not really a downtown Palm Coast.
There's no downtown Palm Coast. It's all Palm Coast. It's basically a town where everyone in the United States moves to because it's cheap housing and there's no state income tax.
Downtown Palm Coast is like the retirement home. Would probably be downtown Palm Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
All right. Well, our final story, and this is a fun one.
This is my personal favorite of the.
This was enjoyable to me.
Oh yeah.
So recently, the beaches opened back up in Florida, and immediately people swarmed the state. And I think Benny, you talked about this, how Jack's Beach was kind of crowded, like the first day it opened. A Florida man has publicly stated that he plans to stalk the newly reopened beaches dressed as the Grim Reaper. He is a Florida Panhandle attorney that's planning to gussy himself up in Grim Reaper garb and take to the sand in an effort to remind people of the deadly serious need to social distance. He's quoted as saying, "I felt like something needed to be done because they're moving very quickly to open beaches prematurely." His name is Daniel Ufelder. And he goes on to he says, wearing a Grim Reaper costume seems like a good way to send a signal that this is way too fast and that we need to think seriously before we take that step. He has made news in recent years for his efforts to protect, which I think is cool, the public's access to beaches in the States. And there you see the photo of Daniel.
That's a tight photo.
That is a tight photo.
The thing I love about this is here's a guy who is not using guns to solve problems. You know what I mean? And I think that's great. And that's good. As someone who likes to dress up and put on costumes, I think this sounds like a sensible option.
Yeah, he's like theatrically protesting. It's kind of cool. Like, yeah. It's like a really entertaining way to protest, and he's not hurting anyone. Is this a publicity stunt? He's a lawyer?
Yeah, he's a lawyer. And
so is it like kind of like a one of those I love you, man billboards?
It could be.
Yeah, it seems almost like I'm gonna get more business because of this, or something.
Yeah,
or less, or a lot less,
or less, right?
That's true.
The thing that I've read about him that I like, though, is that he's also politically, or not politically, but he's come out, I guess it's politics. He's come out in an effort to stop Florida from selling public access or public lands to private real estate developers. So you guys might know this. There's a movement in Florida that developers are going to like local communities, governments, and saying, we won't build here unless this area that we want to build on the beach, you give us that private beach. And I think that's kind of shitty. I think that number one, with hurricanes and everything like that, all of the grooming and all of the protection that's done is done by taxpayers. So I don't think it's fair that these developers come in and then take public land and make them private beaches.
Yeah, it does kind of suck.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, but like, what the thing that sucks the most about that is that they're taking up space that like people could use,
right?
For like for things that matter. Not like what they're gonna build. They're not gonna build things that are gonna benefit the public. They're gonna benefit things that make them money. It's kind of frustrating.
It is frustrating.
Yeah.
It is frustrating. The best Katie says at least they opened up the bathrooms in Volusia County, which I think is good. Like if you're going to open up public beaches, at least open up the public restrooms that go along with those beaches as well. So I like this guy. Even if it's politically motivated or whatnot, I love the fact that he's being creative with it. I think it's
entertaining.
Good. Yeah, definitely entertaining. Two-Tone
He
Karma
must have been hot.
Yeah, exactly. Like you got to really commit to it. Like if you're going to do anything in Florida outside in a costume, you really got to commit. And it seems like a black, fully robed Grim Reaper costume is probably not the best attire to be wearing.
No way. You'd be sweating so much in that. Oh, man.
I wonder what kind of I wonder if he's gotten any like fight back, if people have been messing with him walking down the beach, like drunk beachgoers. I can't imagine he has to have gotten messed with at least 2 or 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think they had like a whole camera crew with him, and
Oh, really?
Oh, did
it
he?
was like one of those things where it's like he's not just by himself doing nothing. He's like, oh, there's a whole like 2 news channels are following him, and
Yeah.
people are
true.
interviewing him along the way. So it's like, that.
I kind of want to find this guy. I want to go to the beach and like interact, or not like talk to him, but just like to be on the beach and see this guy walking down. Like, what would be your first reaction if you were on the beach and you saw this guy and had no idea about this story?
Be like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
you would say bad shit about. You would say bad shit about him.
Yeah, I'd be like,
You
I'm
would.
like, I'm like, gosh, man, like I would honestly take a video and then post to influencers of Instagram and be like, this guy just needs to fucking just go home.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to chill on the beach. I'm trying to catch a couple vibes, and then I just have this clown with 2 camera crews walking up and down the beach, just trying to get some B-roll and some footage.
But when you
Yeah.
hear his message, you're behind it, right, Benny?
I mean, I just don't care. Like,
It's so tough, man. So much of this like Corona stuff is just dude, the Surgeon General just came out with something today that was like saying he like released this huge like Twitter rampage about how we shouldn't be wearing masks. Did you see that?
No.
It's like we can't agree on what we're supposed to be doing. Everyone's like, "Oh, you got to wear a mask," and if like you're almost shamed if you don't wear masks. Like if you're not wearing them, you're being a negative influence on society. But if now like our Surgeon General is saying things like, "Well, don't wear masks; it's worse for you," it's like no one can decide on what is the right thing to do and what's going on, and very divided on this right now. It's strange.
so so what's crazy is that I'm about to receive a mask in the mail, and I won't feel weird wearing it out because of what it is, and I think it's kind of cool. It's Erica's. So I have basically a connection that made me a special mask, and the design is Harry Potter.
Wow.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's gonna be sweet.
What's on it specifically?
I don't know. I'm hoping like Quidditch stuff. I think that'd be kind of a cool like thing.
If anyone didn't know, Benny's like a massive Harry Potter fan, which is like,
Yeah.
I don't like Harry Potter. I'm not a huge fan.
Hey, you know,
Roger, you?
it's not for everyone.
I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. Like, I only saw the movies. I haven't read the books. So, yeah.
I used to go to the midnight releases at Barnes and Noble for the books.
Your birthday party was Harry Potter themed.
Yeah,
When you
yeah,
you were 28.
yeah, yeah. I made some. I
He
made like
loves
some
it.
I made some wands from Pinterest, and I hung like candles and stuff from
It was
the,
actually really impressive. It was
from
really
the living
impressive.
room.
Yeah.
Oh, I went all DIY, and it was great.
All right. Man, we're frozen again, guys. I apologize. Let me.
I know.
Boy.
Yo, what's it, Benny?
Boy.
Karen Wu wants to know if we got the alligator mask. We should.
The Python mask? We should definitely
The
get the
rat-
Python mask.
I
With
feel
the
like
fangs.
one of us in this cast has to get it because
I can't afford a new computer if I'm spending $90 on an alligator mask.
You gotta get
that doesn't
you gotta get the truck stop one, the faux
The
faux mask.
Right.
I still have to get a mask.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's up there. You should get a mask. It does help out, but you gotta go weird, like all black.
Yeah.
Get a little stylish with it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now it's like I'm walking into Target. I'm like the only person not wearing a mask, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
And you're the one getting looks now for not wearing.
Yeah, I'm that guy. They're like,
Oh.
this guy, get him out of here.
Yeah. Like all the Target workers are gonna come over here and just pick you up like by the shoulders
Just
and
like
drag you out.
Just my feet and my arm and just toss me out of the front door.
Some guy in the tube in London put an RFID chip from an Oyster card into a wand, so it looks like opening the turns with magic.
What? That's insane.
So fun fact, two-tone. If you go to Universal and you go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Universal, they have wands now that interact with objects in the Wizarding World. So like you flick it. So when you flick it, it'll like kind of like move something in a shop, or it'll like make like something like a sign dangling, like kind of flow back and forth. It's really cool.
Who was your favorite Harry Potter character, Benny?
Oh man, the big fan of Tonks Tonks was actually a really cool character, kind of like super low key. But
Tonks? Who was Tonks?
she was like an Aurora that basically
Hold on, guys. The sound.
wanted to
they're, the sound. They're saying
Very-
this. They're saying the sound is now choppy. Let me.
I don't know if it's just maybe it's just Manny.
No, it's me as well. I'm hearing it choppy on my side. Hold on 2 seconds. I'm hearing it choppy.
Yeah, but Tonks is a
Tonks is the
cool
coolest.
character.
All right, let me let's do this. Hold on 2 secs. I'm gonna start a new Skype and
Yep.
let's try this again.
Same actress.
Bear with us. I'll still be here, but we're gonna do a new Skype session.
What house is Benny?
Oh,
There we go. All right.
so I took the Pottermore test. It's like this extensive test that like puts you into a house, and I got Ravenclaw.
Really?
What
Yeah,
traits do
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaws have?
I mean
Aren't
they're
they
kind of like
smart ones?
witty, like more like
Yeah.
analytical about certain situations.
Huh. I would have pegged you for a Gryffindor.
I don't
No.
know. That's a good call. I mean, you know,
Not brave, not noble. I feel like Gryffindors are like the brave, like noble.
yeah, but that's not like my main character qualities, right? Like, oh, I'm so brave. I do anything brave, you know, or like I'm noble. I'm kind of like I'm just gonna, analyze the situation, and if I need to step in, I'll step in.
That's how you feel. Like, so Gryffindors are kind of like the jocks. Is that right?
Not really. I mean,
They're like the good guys, just like the heroes, right?
it's just played out that way, like in the books and in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so like, say if there was no like storyline of Harry Potter, right, and like that Hogwarts existed with these four houses, they're not always going to be like, the good guys of the situation. They're just they're noble, they're trustworthy, they're brave in those types of situations.
The house that no one wants to be is Hufflepuff, right? That's kind of
No
like
one
the weak.
wants to
That's
be.
like the weak house, right?
They're just loyal. Like that's essentially like their
It's just
their
like
high
dogs.
quality is like their loyalty. You
Yeah.
know, it's like who wants to only be loyal?
That's-
Karen Wu says true. Like Slytherin gets slandered.
Yes, it's the same concept, right? Like, so if there was no like, evil
Yeah.
that existed in the Harry Potter universe,
So you can be a good guy and be a Slytherin. Is
yeah,
that
you
pop-
can be, yeah, you can be a good guy and still be in.
I feel like I think I'd be Slytherin. What do you mean?
That's I mean that's just kind of what like everyone says who wants to like pick the cool house, right?
It's-
Oh, I'm a Slytherin.
What? No, they're smart and strategic. Yeah, Karen Wu, they're smart, they're strategic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't peg you as I peg you as a Hufflepuff for sure.
Really?
No
'Cause he's
way.
loyal?
Yeah,
No
Christian's
way.
a Hufflepuff.
Two-tone karma. They're also sexy snakes.
Oh, some sexist snack.
I think people want to be.
Nick is a sexist snack.
I think people want to be Slytherin because they think it is cool to be.
Badass.
Yeah, it's badass to be a snake and everything's sexy and all that kind of
Like
stuff.
they want to wear the leather and ride the Harley,
Right.
right?
Is that
Yeah.
is that what Slytherin does?
Yeah.
They're a bunch of Harley riders.
Interesting.
They live dangerously, but they could be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, very Freudian phallic. Wow. Getting sexual in the chat over there.
Sexist snack.
So I'm not having any luck in getting the streams to work.
But Raj, they can hear us, right?
They can hear us, but I don't know how fun it is to not see us on a Twitch stream.
True.
I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to try again? I mean, we went through the stories. We tried it. It's
Maybe next one we should do Zoom. I feel like the Skype isn't working great. I mean, I know you work so hard on this though, so that's the only thing that's annoying because it looks so nice.
yeah.
How do I know the solution is to it working?
Well,
You want to take it off? You want to close up and then take it offline, Raj?
yeah, we can close up and take off line. I mean, oh, Two Tone Karma asked Benny, would you get a HP tattoo?
I keep thinking about it, and the tattoo that I think I would want the most that I've seen is
Lightning bolt on your forehead.
no, it's fucking stupid. No, the Death Eater symbol on your forearm, that would be super sick. Yeah, see, I get a Death Eater. Yeah, the Death Eater tattoo is just super cool.
What is the
So-
what kind of? So it would literally just be the Death Eater.
It would be the
snake.
It would be the Death Eater, because like basically like that's it's basically where all the Death Eaters have it like in their like that area, and in one of the books or one of the movies, like you'll see them like rub it and it like signals Voldemort. So it's pretty it's pretty bad. It's like because there's a couple of tattoos that everyone gets. Like everyone gets like the Deathly Hallows tattoo, and it'll be like always. So like that's like one tattoo that everyone gets a lot. And then some people get like quotes from the book and whatnot, but the one that you'll see a lot is the Deathly Hallows tattoo.
What's the Deathly Hallows tattoo? So I've got pulled up here now, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but this is
Three brothers with the death would be cool. Yeah, that would be pretty cool too. Yeah, that's the Death Eater tat.
This is the Death Eater tat. I mean, this is the one that like doesn't one of the characters doesn't he touches his arm? Don't all the followers of Voldemort have this tattoo?
Yeah, that's when they were visiting the Quidditch World Cup, and the Death Eaters came into destruction. There was a scene that was shot where you can see one of the Death Eaters rubbing their forearm and then signaling the Dark Mark.
Two Tone Karma says someone would Patronus your arm off. Is that?
What does that mean to you?
Yeah, what does that mean to you?
You can't call him. I guess can't call the Dark Lord.
What's Patronus your arm? He's like blast your arm off so you don't have an arm.
Yeah, Patronus is basically like a spell.
Expecto Patronus.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I've seen the movies.
Yeah, you did good. The Prisoner of Azkaban, where that comes in handy.
Yeah. All right. Well. Oh, hey, there's a little bit of movement there on the camera, but it's not.
Hey.
It's not anywhere. It's not anywhere near what I think it is. All right. So I think what I'm going to do for this week. Hey, you're moving again, Benny. That's good. I think. Well, shit. That's. Hold on.
So, are we back?
I think we might be back a little bit. Hold on. Move around. Move around.
My hand is up.
Yeah.
My hand is down.
And now it's frozen again.
Hand is down.
All right. Well, I think what we're going to try again. Kelly has a better MacBook. I'm going to try and I'm going to see what that does in terms
next
of
week.
For next week. We can test during the week. And then if it's not any better, then it's got to be her speed, because the speed is just not great. Let's see here. Google.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, to me this just it feels like an internet issue.
Yeah.
It's just like maybe your
Yeah,
upload is not good.
The best Katie. One of my things that I want to do is go do the tour in London of the whole like stage, the WB tour.
Mm-hmm. It's like outside of London
cool.
though. It's like
Yeah.
it's like an all day trip, and it's not cheap. It's quite expensive.
Yeah, but I mean I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Two-tone karma. It was way better last week, bros. No stuttering.
Yeah, Two Tone Karma. This is partly my fault. Number one, because I'm trying to, with Zoom, I can't get individual cameras, which means I can't do things like, oh, if I want to cut it to Benny, or I want to go to Mr. C and throw it there, or if I want to see the story, like I can't do things like that, which kind of stinks with Zoom, where it's not as choppy. That's great, but I can't do things. So it may have to go back to Zoom, which would be unfortunate, but yeah, I appreciate it. But hey,
the show must go on.
The show must go on. I mean, listen, we're trying stuff new. Thankfully, it's the only show, or it's only the second week, so stick with us. We're all new to this Twitch thing, but we do appreciate you joining us, and we want you guys to have a great week. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Take care. Good night. And good luck. Stay home.
Stay home.